Hi, my apologies for the Facebook Live today. I could not get Facebook Live today to work, so I am going to record this and I will post it to my Facebook page. My name is Kim Rayner and I'm from All About Spirit, and I want to welcome you to episode 3 of Life After Cancer. And this week's show is about 3 things you can do when the insurance company says no. And first of all, I want to tell you that insurance companies say no in a couple of different ways. One of them is they just flat out say, no, we're not going to do that. And another way is when the cost is so prohibitive that you can't afford to have the work done. And if you're stuck in that loop, let me just acknowledge that this is really a crazy world that we live in, where insurance companies dictate what our medical team should really be deciding on our behalf. So if you're stuck in that, give yourself permission to feel it and to talk about it for a little bit, but then really to find a way to release it. Because if you hang on to it and you keep talking about it and sharing it, it's just going to continue to add energy to it, and it's not going to solve the problem. And I'm all about solutions. So I'll share with you today 3 scenarios that came up in my life. The first one happened during treatment. The second one happened shortly after I was finished with my cancer treatment. And then the last one actually happened last week, which is 10 years post-cancer treatment for me. So, just because your cancer treatment is over doesn't necessarily mean that life goes back to normal and all of your health returns to normal. So if you have that going on, don't be shocked. But life isn't horrible as a result of it. We just find ways to navigate and deal. So, during the cancer treatment event that occurred for me, I had ovarian cancer, has a fairly high metastatic rate, and I had some symptoms that were going on that my oncologist was concerned about, and he wanted me to have a colonoscopy. He wanted to make sure that the cancer hadn't spread. So my insurance company said, nope, we don't do colonoscopies for people under the age of 50. My oncologist explained why he wanted it done, and they said, nope, we don't do them. So they said, why don't you go try reaching out to them and see if you have better headway. So I reached out to the insurance company, and let me just tell you that the agent that you're talking to is not the person who makes the decisions. So if you can find a way to engage them and be nice to them and help them help you, it's much better for you than if you call and rant and rave and get snarky with them. So the lady that I talked to from the insurance company said, we don't do colonoscopies for people under the age of 50. It's just not what we do. And I explained my situation, and tearfully, because I was scared. And she said, okay, you can write an appeal and be graphic and explain what's going on. Tell them what's happening in your life and send the appeal to us. And it's like, okay, I'll do that. And, within 14 days, I had the okay to have the colonoscopy done. Test came back good, don't have colon cancer, so it was good. So the first thing is write the appeal if they tell you to write the appeal. The next thing happened probably about 5 or 6 months after I was done with my cancer treatment. I started having problems swallowing. I couldn't eat carrots or bread and apples. So they did an upper GI, which they did the test right away, and diagnosed me with something called Barrett's esophagus. And it's a precancerous condition where the lining of the stomach grows up the esophagus. So they prescribed me a medication that I should take on a daily basis. Well, the cost of the medication was prohibitive. I called my doctor and said, I can't afford to do this. And he said, well, you know what, this particular company has a scholarship program that you might qualify. So they filled out an application for me, asked me to submit my financial information, and the medication company actually did have a program where they paid for my medications for about 4.5 years, and they delivered them right to my house. So there is, if you really are having financial issues and can't afford the medication, there is help available. There's also some community resources. There's an agency called Needy Meds RX. There's an agency called Healthwell Foundation. Most communities have an Aging and Disability Resource Center, and some places have you can dial 211 on your phone and get community support. And I'll post this stuff on my Facebook page, so you have some access to phone numbers for that. And then the last one, which happened last week, I have allergy-induced asthma. And I am they prescribed me some medications. One I can't take because of some other things that I have going on, and the other is, cost again. It's ridiculously expensive, $278 a month. Crazy medication costs. So I called my doctor back and explained I can't afford to do that. I'm not going to do that. And they gave me some alternatives. They suggested over-the-counter medications that might be able to treat the problem. They suggested I go see an allergist to actually find out what's causing the problem instead of just treating the symptom, which is what they were going to do initially. So again, engaging with my medical team, talking to my provider, telling them what's going on, being open and not just slipping into the rant about how awful things are. So if you have been touched by your insurance company saying no, feel the feelings, allow them to be present, talk about them because you have to get them out, but then find a way to release them. If you don't know how to do that, reach out to me. I have some great ideas. I got some great meditations that I might be able to help you with. And then, write an appeal letter if the insurance company tells you to write an appeal. Ask your medical team for help, whether it's help with alternatives or help with getting you relief from the prescription companies and stuff like that. Reach out to your community agencies. So I hope that this information is helpful. And again, I'm sorry I couldn't get Facebook Live to work. I'm guessing I'm not the only person that had that problem this morning. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to me on my Facebook page. You can reach out at kim@allaboutspirit.com, or you can post comments on my Facebook Live, or send me a private message. I hope that you are taking good care of yourself, and I hope until we meet next time that life treats you well. Take care for today. Bye.